out of the perimeter without any repercussions on the back end. This one should easily be the most entertaining game. And it might come down to the team that has the ball last. You can take the points with the 2.5 on this one. However, I agree with some of this stuff Jordan's saying, and I like the over 153 here in this last one with East Tennessee State U over 153. So clock that in with the Townsend under 159, 160, whatever you might get there. And then the Moorhead, which I gave out earlier, at 143. So that's that with college basketball. Anyway, so where is everybody on the chat? This is the longest I've ever done a show without having everyone on the chat box. I don't know, maybe Nugs scared them all away. Right, Nugs? I know you're listening. Did you jot those down? I hope you did, bud. I hope you played them all. I hope you played all the free plays today. Hopefully we can get you 50 retweets so you can get all of my baseball plays too. Because it is the giving season. 'Tis the season. And real quick, thanks to everybody who signed up for baseball. I really appreciate everyone that waited. I'm sorry, too late. Get back to me when the season starts. Price will be much more expensive, but we might be able to work something out later on as the season starts. But for the season package, season guys, we've been running with it. Made a nice little chunk of money here in the spring. Hopefully that continues. Cash bets. What's going on, bud? So hopefully we can do that again. So what do we got? We got Houston up 3-0. I'm doing a quick score. Oh, of course, the Cubs take the lead 7-6 over the Angels. That's unfortunate. Can't win them all, I guess. Maybe we'll get a little bit of luck with the Angels in these late innings here. Hopefully, because the Cubs bullpens haven't looked that great. But hopefully we can get a win here out of Houston. They're up 3-0, but Atlanta's got a couple guys on. Actually, 3-1 now. So let's hope fucking Fister can pitch better than he pitched in his last start with A.J. Pierzynski up at the mound. Watch out. Let's see. So anyway, to hockey. Let's go to hockey here. Bunch of games on the slate. We have one client play. I sent out a parlay too, which I rarely do. Need Angels too. Need the Angels. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully we can get a little Angels come back. But either way, one client played today in the Calgary-Arizona game, so we'll skip over that one. Obviously, Columbus into Washington. This time of year, you're going to be laying a chunk of change with any big favorite against a non-playoff team, and here you are again, Washington laying 240. Would I do it? No, I would lean towards the over in this one, but that's also minus 145, sitting at 5 also. But, you look at the last 10 times these guys played, 9 of those 10 games had 5 goals or more. So, typically wide open game when these guys play, and they do play quite a few times, so nothing new there. Washington's offense has been stagnant a little bit. Defense, nothing to write home about. And Columbus's defense, we all know, isn't that great either, so wouldn't be surprised if it was a 3-2 type of game. Winnipeg going into Philly first game back after the West Coast road trip, which I guess could be called a success. 2-2 on the road, you can't blame them for that. 2 of the games were on West Coast. I mean, it ended out in Arizona. It wasn't quite a West Coast road trip, but they did head out there. And Winnipeg's second game of a road trip out east, their last East Coast road trip. Defense playing fairly decent for Winnipeg, surprisingly. They did a lot. They did lose 3-2 to Buffalo, but they only allowed 1 goal to the Kings the game before that, which was pretty good. And offense, they're good for a couple goals. They haven't scored a power play goal in about 10 days, however. Power play really running flat, but their penalty killing has been pretty decent. On the other hand, Philly also a lot of power play woes over the last 10 days. Only 2. I think they're 2 for 20 something. But again, power play. Defense also playing pretty good. Never a big fan of putting my money on a team back off a road trip, especially with only 1 day back. You really don't get max effort, not because they don't care, but just sort of, getting home acclimated to the family back again, tired legs. It's a tough spot for them. They've had a lot of success against Winnipeg, but maybe if I was going to lean towards this game, I'd take the Winnipeg team total under 2.5 because it might be a flat game. But There's not a chance in hell I'm laying 190 with a Philadelphia team that's back from a road trip, no matter how much they have to win. So be wary of that. Toronto into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay also a team. You see a lot of these teams sort of, this is a transition as far, I don't know how to explain it, but a lot of these top teams haven't been playing great as of late. Tampa Bay did just win 3 in a row, got embarrassed to their interstate rival Florida last game. They should come back with a pretty good effort against a Toronto team that, also won 3 in a row before losing to the Bruins as of late. Toronto beat them last time out, but other than that, Tampa Bay's had their way with Toronto over the past few years. Again, big line here at 150. If you want to put it in a parlay, I think Tampa Bay should be a safe play. Also, the next game, Buffalo at Detroit. A Detroit team that's finding themselves out of the playoffs because they haven't been playing great lately. They've lost 2 of their last 3, both to playoff teams. They did mix in a few wins there, but they're back at home again. Still, I should say. And Buffalo, winners of 3 of their last 4. Putting 3 goals up in each one of those games. Also defense playing a little better. Power play not playing great. Penalty killing is. Detroit's power play has been playing pretty well, actually. 5 goals in the last 5 power play goals in the last 4 games. Penalty killing, in that game against Pittsburgh, not good. But here's another one where, Detroit coming off of embarrassing home loss, 7-2 to the Pittsburgh Penguins. You got to think they're going to come back with, maximum effort today after that embarrassment at home. And unfortunately, Buffalo's the victim. I'd probably put Detroit in a parlay, which I actually did. This is part of my parlay, was the Detroit game with Tampa Bay. Put that in there. And then we're going to add one more team to that one. The payout's basically 3-1. So you're going to get a few teams that are basically minus 200. Tampa Bay is minus 250, actually, and basically getting 3-1 on your money. The third game we're going to add is the Anaheim Ducks as they end the road trip, go back home, and we get ready for clients for one of those system plays we've been waiting on for about 3 weeks now. We've been waiting for these 2 teams to play, and Anaheim and Calgary do play again Wednesday, so get ready for that one. We'll be excited about that one, as we actually just cashed one of those good system plays the other day with Arizona against Edmonton. Arizona beat Edmonton like 19 out of the last 20 games. Just own them. Certain teams just own each other. But anyway, Anaheim got to take care of business tonight in Edmonton. An Edmonton team that they've owned in the past. They've owned them pretty good. They've won they're 8-1-0-1 overall against Edmonton in the last 10. Anaheim, they came off a win to close out the homestand. They went on a 4-game road trip. They beat Winnipeg. Pretty pathetic showing there. They only win 3-2. They go into Montreal, one of the worst teams in the league right now. They lose that game, no effort. Then they go into Toronto. Toronto beats them 6-5, no effort there. They close out this part of the road trip in Ottawa. They get down 2-0 early. They have to force overtime to force a win. They just haven't been clicking. They haven't been playing well. Power play's been playing well, but the effort hasn't been there. Just something wrong there. I'm gonna check it off to the fact that they didn't take these guys seriously and thought they could take a little vacation. On this road trip, and it sort of bit them in the ass. I expect, maximum effort here to close out the road against an Edmonton team that's defense has been playing bad, but they have been scoring a few goals as of late. They've scored 2 or more goals, in each of their last 5 games, but penalty kill hasn't been great. And power play, hit or miss there as well. I think Anaheim gets it done. I do. They're obviously the better team. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to pick these 3 teams that I just picked, obviously. But we're going to put them together for a plus 300 parlay there. Kings and Sharks are playing. I don't have much there. But that'll basically do it as far as the NHL. So there's a quick rundown. Quick again with the parlay, Tampa Bay, Detroit, and Anaheim. And I said, be careful of Philly. Don't lay 190 with them. Don't lay it with Washington. Maybe lean towards the over in that one. Colorado, Nashville is an interesting game. 2 guys fighting for the playoffs. I mean, Nashville's basically well, I shouldn't say they're basically in, but I guess they are. I would have to do the math. But these guys actually play two teams you'd think almost as defense. Nashville especially. Actually, if you look at Nashville, there's only been one under in Nashville's last 10 games overall. And usually when these two guys play, it's usually a high-scoring game. So you might want to take a look at the over in that one. I'm not saying play it, just take a look at it. If you like it, I would condone a play. I mean, I would check off on it, if you know what I mean. But that's that. So that's that, guys. We'll be back each and every day. I know I've taken some time off, and the times have been a little sporadic. The 6 o'clock show usually doesn't do very well. A lot of guys don't like it because it's a little late. Usually I'll get back to the 4 o'clocks tomorrow. We'll get back going with that, get back into baseball. I was planning on talking about some teams today, but I didn't realize, that what we just did took 40 minutes. So I guess we'll go with that. Tomorrow we'll have plenty of time to talk about baseball, but there's some free plays. Let's hope we can make some money here. Hopefully everyone's been following them today. Hopefully we can continue to cash some, for all you guys who need it out there. Hopefully we can do that. Hopefully we can get these few baseball plays in here. Remember, Detroit was a free play, so relax. Arizona is a free client play I'm giving out. I mentioned Cincinnati is a free play tonight. These are all baseball, by the way. Texas, also a client play I'm giving out. So, hopefully we'll go from there. As Atlanta puts up a 4 spot in the bottom of the second to take the lead over Houston. And LA does not score in the 8th. Maybe we can get some 9th inning magic to start the day 2-0. Either way, we get the Twins in the books a little already, so hopefully, 5 client plays, let's hit 3 of them at least. We don't have any big juice on any of them, so if we hit 3, we make a profit. And that's all we want to do each and every day. We'd love to hit 70% every day, but let's be honest, we're not going to do that. But either way, guys, like I said, if you're listening to this, retweet. If you're listening to the late version tonight when nothing's going on, retweet the show. If I get 50 by the end of the night, everybody will have the spring training games free. And like I said, you look at our last, 65, 70 plays, we're at 70% spring training baseball. For all those who say there's no way to cap it and there's no way to make money in the spring and it's all a joke, well, I guess I'm just the luckiest asshole out here to be able to hit 70% at it, right? Either way, you know what you're doing. You talk to the right guys. Talk to guys that are at spring training, that are on the field, reporting on this team. Check in with them every once in a while. You'd be surprised how much information you get from them that really means something, and that's what we're all about. We'll bring some more back on the show this week. We've had a few. We had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however many on already this month, and hopefully we get some more on. We're gonna have a pretty big celebration right before the season starts this weekend with a big guest going over the entire season. Don't want to miss that one. But thanks everybody for listening. Back tomorrow. Let's see, Tuesday, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock tomorrow, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'll bring back in Kurt, talk a little baseball. Golf with him. Check him out at Kurt Lauderdale. He's pretty good. Struggled a little bit for the first time in a long time this weekend, but it was match play. It's a little different format. Tournament's back at it this week, so be sure to check him out. Masters season is upon us. If you haven't bet golf, you'd enjoy it if you do. What's up, Best Gambler? Who's Cover Nugs? Never heard of him. Yeah, I hear you. But ask him. Everybody knows him. He's like... according to him, he's the norm of Twitter, and what I mean by that, if you're old enough to remember the show Cheers, the bar show Cheers, he's the norm of Twitter. But what's his name says, if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Someone give me a song to close out this show with, so I could stop rambling. What was that song? I don't love no one. I can't think. I think it's a Dre beat, but I don't have time to think about that. Thanks, Best Gambler. Yep, you're the man. Love your baseball stuff. As always, Best Gambler, listen, I don't know what your home team crowd is, but let me know. Let me know what you guys' home